That's the side done the other day. Nice thin coat. So I'm just scuffing that up just a little bit. Just a little bit. I peeled off all the bits that dripped. You know, there's all these bits here that are dripped from the other side. So you can sort of peel those off. So you can see that there's a few. Just got to be careful because you don't want to peel off the ones that you want to keep. Just make sure it's all. See, that one I will carefully trim off later. All right, so we've got that. Very carefully again. Just I'm not actually squeezing that. I'm just using the nozzle to move it around because I want a really thin layer. There. I don't want to cover everything. I want to cover everything before I get the glitter out. You can see there, I'm sort of tapping it as well to make sure it goes right to the edges. But I'm not squeezing it because I don't want too much. And then I just sort of make sure it's reaching the edges everywhere. And some is always going to drip off when you've got such an odd surface. It's not going to stay. So it's just a matter of making sure it's even. And then this really cute pink. Just a sprinkle. Do you see how light that is? Just a light sprinkle. You don't want it to affect the set too much. So you just sort of, oh, see, that's too much. Just so you see there, just moving it again. Make sure we've still got it on all the edges. That looks pretty good. And then what I did is, because of that angle, and I want that on the curved part to set first, instead of just sitting it under the UV, I'm holding it on an angle just so I can get that sort of starting to set so it doesn't keep dripping off. Now, you want to do this on some sort of surface where you can scrape off the dried silicone later. So I've just used an old silicone sheet that I also use for sublimation or applying DTFs. This lamp is a really cheap one from Spotlight, and the timer only goes for a minute, so you don't have to hold it that long. And once I've got that part, that curvy part, set so that it doesn't keep moving, I can literally just lay it down flat. But I just want to make sure I get that sort of set a bit first. So on the other side, I just did this twice, had the lamp on twice. And it is working on the flat part as well. But it's literally just, I do this until it's set and it's not going to keep dripping. And then I just put it on my windowsill in the sunlight. And I just leave it there all day. So the one I did the other night, I just left it there all day. And then once I've finished both these sides, see how there's that drip? I'm just going to gently move some of that. Once I've done both sides, I'll give it a little bit of a sand. I'll trim off anything that's where I don't want it. And then I'll decide whether it needs a second coat. Depending on the effect that you're going for, you might not need a second coat. But if I'm going to do a second coat, I'll do it before I apply the little Christmas resin-y things that I've got I'm going to use some leftover Christmas ones, not my bees, etc. So you see there's a couple of bits. I don't want to peel those because that could peel the whole thing off. I just want to trim the bit I don't want. And then I'm going to, of course, like I said, I'm going to sand it. So that's just going to go on the windowsill for now. And so that's today's, and you can see yesterday's, well, the day before yesterday, there's a couple little gaps there that I'm going to have to gently try and fill in once I've sanded it all though. So that's where we're at for now.